Hello, everyone. I'm Michelle DeLuca, curator of Body, Mind, Spirit TV. Today, we're going to talk about healing sound. My guest is Rachel Stevens of Ambient Sound Healing. Hello, Rachel.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me.
I liked what I heard you say on one YouTube video about Tesla and the secret to the universe. Can you tell me
Yes.
a little about that?
Yes. So Tesla, he's on my business card, he's on my webpage, he's on my Facebook. If you wish to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. We are energy, frequency, and vibration, and everything around us, everything surrounding us is, and all those different vibrations, all those different energies, they can have a very profound impact on us.
Can you tell me how you came to this? I know you weren't always a vibrational healer.
I was not always a vibrational healer. So I went to college for criminal justice, really having no idea what I wanted to get into. After college, I fell in just working for various insurance companies. But after a while, I started to just feel a strong sense of disconnect. And I just knew that there was just something that was missing in my life that couldn't be filled with vacations, that couldn't be filled with anything that was materialistic. And it took me a long time to discover that and suspend all thoughts and let my higher self speak through and shine through me. And that happened once I started getting into sound healing.
Tell me about when you first picked up your first instrument.
Yeah, so my first instrument I actually bought off Amazon, just this very small singing bowl that can fit in the palm of my hand. I noticed that it just had a ring to it that just resonates with me. And even now it does. It's a very grounding sound. And whenever I played it, I was just able to really suspend the constant chatter that was in my mind. And from there, I just kind of had a love for singing bowls, which my husband picked up on. So a few months after that, he took me out for my birthday and bought me this giant singing bowl, which I still have. Very deep note, very primal sounding sound that just really grounds you to the earth. But I remember when I bought that, there was this very kind woman in the store. It was like a store in the Galleria Mall, and she took time out of her schedule, even though the store is busy, to teach me the mantra of Om because that was the singing bowl was attuned to. And she made a comment to me about how there used to be this man, and he would go around and he would play all these different singing bowls in the park just for any soul who cared to listen, anybody who needed to hear it. And she was upset because that man moved back to India. And as far as she knew, nobody was doing this work. So I kind of felt that was like a message because it just really sat with me afterwards. And I remember on the car ride home just thinking, you know what? I want to be that person because sound healing has already helped me so much with just this one small singing bowl. I just want to give the gift of relaxation to people because once you start to relax and once you start to clear your mind, there's just so many things that open up.
I know you do group healings, you do individual healings with the sound instruments, and you're having a grand opening September 3rd in Clarence. So that's going to be an event where you'll be doing group healing. Tell me how it will look when you do one of those healing sessions.
Sure. So every session is a little bit different depending on the venue. Typically, how it does work is the guest, they recline on a yoga mat. Sometimes at the salt caves, if at the salt caves, they get a zero gravity chair. I do recommend that guests lay down because if you're sitting, and if you're in a sitting position, it might be a little bit more difficult to disconnect, to relax. And it's just a very passive experience. You close your eyes, and what I do is I play instruments such as crystal singing bowls. I have nine of those. I play the bigger Himalayan bowls. I have a whole bunch of different chimes that are especially attuned and ocean drums. And really, I just create a meditative soundscape. Since the singing bowls do slow down the brain waves and you are going into a slower brainwave state of theta, which is the state that you're in during deep meditation and even during REM sleep, during dream state. A lot of people that go to a sound bath, they do report seeing flashes of colors behind their eyes, seeing visuals. A lot of people just kind of report intense relaxation. Sometimes they just say that they just drift off into this whole entire, different universe, it seems. And then even afterwards, they report better sleep. They just report a more clearer mind than having um, just some more like deeper thoughts about themselves following that.
You're also an intuitive, I noticed reading on your website. Can you tell me how you incorporate it into your work?
I've noticed that mine really clicks on, the fire starts really burning when I listen to music. When I listen to music, I'm just to easily tune into energy, including somebody else's. So to me, it kind of reads like the rings of a tree. I use a tuning fork, a non-weighted one, for my energy tuning. And I learn a lot from that because as you're combing through the energy body, the tuning fork will actually start to make a little bit of a different pitch if it hits like a blockage, if it hits any resistance. And how it's like the ring of a tree in terms of like your auric energy is it just expands outward, usually about 6 feet from the body. And anything closer to your body is going to be events that happened recently, when everything further away is going to be, birth. It could be past life, your soul life.
Past life. That's interesting. You're telling me there's an opportunity for you to grow your ability to help people tap into their past lives and gain a little self-knowledge about something like that.
I think that I do think that anybody can tap into their past life if they do have the right conditions, if they are under the right mindset. I believe that when we come to this earth willingly, at least I know that I came to this earth willingly, we, pass through this veil of amnesia and we do forget. We forget for multiple reasons. And a lot of times it is good that we forget because we do have our own lessons to learn on earth. And we don't want to be, seriously bogged down by the past. But that said, the super conscious mind, the soul, never forgets. So all those experiences, they are still with you.
And so how does this tie into your work?
Well, how this ties into my work is, I am somebody that struggled a lot with anxiety and depression in the past. Kind of take it on the whole wounded warrior. Sometimes you have to kind of walk the walk to be able to talk the talk, as they
Absolutely.
say.
Absolutely.
So I know what it's like to not be able to escape your mind, to feel like a true prisoner of it. So through the sound healing, I was just able to really connect with my higher self. And through that, I was able to get a very clear understanding of not only why I decided to make the conscious decision to come to Earth, but why I decided to have some of the challenges that I did have growing up. Unfortunately, I was bullied significantly.
Oh,
And looking back on it, the reason behind that, one was to teach me self love, but also it helped me develop this very rich internal world, which does help me connect easily to spirit
that's
and to my higher self when I am in that proper mindset, which sound really has helped put me into. The sound can just transform you so much because it really does just put you into a different stream of consciousness, and it makes you see things from a different perspective. And you just, every time I've done it, I've just come out with a deeper understanding of something. And I just want to say that my space in Clarence is a space where everybody can go, where they can feel safe, where they can just go to break away from the stress of society.
and we certainly could all use a little of that today, couldn't we? Rachel Stevens, Ambient Sound Healing. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I will see you soon. I promise. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.